Hey friends, how are you? I welcome you all to your favorite channel. Friends, my name is Aditya Jain, and today I brought before you a very in-demand topic at current time, which is what to do and what to avoid on the exam day, okay, or during the exam, you can say. So as you know, the GATE exam is very near, okay, and almost all of us are very anxious. I would say we have a lot of anxiety regarding what to do and what to avoid. And friends, as you know, I have myself secured All India rank 60 in GATE Computer Science. So I think that when I look back, I was also having the same queries, what to do and what to avoid, okay. And there were few points that helped me to stay calm, to have a good presence of mind during the exam. And let me tell you, everyone studies a lot, but only the ones who have a great presence of mind and a good mindset on the day of the exam are the ones who get the rank. So with that perspective in place, let's get started with today's session. So I would request you to have a pen and paper when you are watching this, so that you can actually note down and you can make the best out of this session, because the aim is for you to avoid any silly mistake in the GATE exam, and at the same time to be actually aware what to do and what not to do. Okay, so with that motivation in place, let's get started. So friends, importance of exam day preparation, first I would like to talk about that. Okay, then I will talk about managing time and stress effectively, because maintaining good level of stress is also one of the things that plays a key role. Zero stress is also not good, and high level of stress is also not good. The stress graph is like this. It's like a bell-shaped curve. That means as the stress increases, your performance increases, but after a point of time, as the stress increases, the performance decreases. Okay, ensuring maximum performance on the big day, which is your exam day. How can we ensure that we do our best on the day of the exam? Key do's and don'ts for a smooth experience, because as we know, as we are matured enough to know that nothing else matters except for how we perform on the day of the exam. Obviously, how we perform is a function of how much hard work we have done, how well we have studied. Those factors are always there, but ultimately, my dear friends, only the ones who perform on the day of the exam, they are the ones who will get to the dream colleges. That's the hard truth about any exam. Okay, the role of confidence and preparation. So preparation part you might have already done. Okay, I'm assuming all of you are smart enough to understand the role of preparation, but confidence is something that you have to train your mind for. Okay, and confidence, presence of mind, these are very interlinked, and this is what I want you all to focus on at this point of time, and set your mindset for success. As I told you, exam is not just about knowledge, it's about mindset as well. Okay, especially exam like GATE exam, which is not just knowledge based but also aptitude based. Such exams are purely about mindset, about your confidence, about your attitude, not just aptitude. Okay, so confidence is preparation, everything else is beyond your control. Okay, as simple as that. Preparation helps you with confidence. Preparation helps you with confidence. Okay, if you are well prepared, you will naturally feel more confident, and many things are there but they are out of your control. So whatever is in your control, you have to do that. Okay, I used to always say when I used to study that do your best, forget the rest. As simple as that. I will just do my best and I will just forget anything else. I really don't care what college will I go to. I should really don't care what marks I will get, because that's not in my control, because no one knows the paper. Okay, as simple as that. What is in my control is, and what was ever in my control is, how well I prepare, how many topics I cover, how many questions I solve, how many test series I give. These are things that are in my control. Okay, moving on, pre-exam preparation, let's talk about that. Keep all essential documents ready, like admit card, ID proof. So friends, believe it or not, it might sound very trivial, but these things actually play a very important role. If you go on the exam day in a very panicked situation, okay, you might have watched Kota Factory. I'm not sure if you have watched or not, okay, but in the last episode, okay, the person goes late to the exam just because of some unfortunate reasons, okay, and that makes him a lot more panicked, okay, and that is the actual thing that we have to avoid. So please have all the documents in place, please have all the time management proper, okay, please reach the exam center early on time, so to avoid any panic, okay. Double check the exam menu and timing. As I've told you, ultimately what depends is how your mindset is on the day of the exam. So for you to stay very calm and chill on the day of the exam, it's better to reach early on time. Like I reached the examination center around 1 hour ahead of my exam time, ahead of the time I should be there on the exam center, because there is some cutoff time to be at the exam center, and I was 1 way early there. It's totally fine. You can take your short notes there and you can sit there and revise. That's also a good strategy. But don't be late to reach there. You never know what the traffic is going to be like. You never know if there is some wrong shortcut you have taken. You never know if you have not visited that college before. You might not know what is the right venue, okay, what is the right path to reach there. So it's totally fine to reach very early, and then you can study there if you still want, okay. Sleep well the night before the exam. Now this makes me smile actually, because I have set this for myself on the day of the exam, but I was not able to sleep properly, for obvious reasons, because I was so much overthinking about what's gonna happen. The anxiety was there, okay, but I will still recommend you around 6 to 8 hours of sleep on the day of exam, just before the night of the exam, okay. My friends, no matter how much you have studied before, but your presence of mind will come from the sleep, the rest you have taken the day before exam, okay. So forcefully try yourself to have a good night's sleep before the exam. Avoid last minute study, focus on revising key formulas. As I told you, many students don't listen to this, but still I will say that don't consume anything just an hour before the exam. You know why? And it's a very well proven fact. If you study just something before the exam, it might happen that only that thing is continuously going on in your mind. It's called recency bias. If we have consumed something recently, that stays a lot in our mind. You might have noticed this if you just wake up and you listen to some song. So throughout the day, that song stays in your mind, right? You keep recalling that song. This is what happens. So on the day of exam, just before going to the exam, 1 hour before, if you have consumed some content, if you have studied some topic, it might happen that that topic keeps occurring in your mind during the exam. And the question might not come from that topic. It can come from so many other topics. So my suggestion is, don't consume anything, don't learn, don't memorize anything just before the exam, at least for 1 hour before the exam. Just relax, keep your eyes closed. You can pray, you can just chill, you can just relax, you can meditate, whatever you want to do. You can have breathing exercises, but avoid learning anything at that time, okay. Dress comfortably for the exam, okay. Talking about me, I was so particular about all of these that I kept everything well in advance, okay. I decided everything well in advance, that I will wear this, I will go to the exam center on this time, and so on. Eat light and nutritious food on the day of the exam, and before the day of the exam, please make sure that you consume good amount of healthy food. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Very famous quote. If you fail to plan, you are indirectly planning to fail. Moving on, what to carry. Okay, so admit card and valid ID. As you know, whatever the relevant documents is, you should carry that. Transparent water bottle and permissible stationery. So whatever the stationery is permitted to you, pen, pencil, whatever it is, okay, just carry that much and be very ready, be very well prepared for it. Mask and sanitizer if required, okay. Again, this used to be mandatory during the time of COVID, but who knows, so you can carry that. There is no harm in carrying sanitizer and mask. Avoid carrying prohibited items like calculators or mobile phones. Again, depends. Okay, you can carry till the exam center. Okay, but obviously if it is not allowed within the exam hall, then you can leave them outside. Okay, wear a simple wristwatch, non-digital. Okay, very very important. You should be very careful about what is allowed, what is not allowed. Okay, so digital watch is usually not allowed. Please keep a note of that. But you can definitely you can definitely wear a watch which is allowed, because you need to have a time count. But on the screen it will always be showing you how much time is left. So I would say just keep it outside the exam hall to be very safe. Pack everything the night before. Okay, just before the exam, be very well prepared with your packing and all the things, so that you can avoid decision making on the day of the exam. Okay, preparation today ensures success tomorrow. True for every other thing in the world. Okay, if you prepare well today, it will help you tomorrow. Moving forward, time management during the exam. Okay, this is about during the exam. Okay, so my friends, I have also shared one of the strategies that I have used on the day of the exam, during the actual gate exam. You can watch that if you don't have any strategy. But if you have a strategy in place, make sure that you follow that. You don't try something very new. Okay, as you might not be confident in applying that strategy. Apply something that you're already comfortable with. Okay, so allocate time for each section based on weightage. Obviously, which is more weightage will consume more time for sure. Read all questions carefully before attempting. It's same as mutual funds telling you read all the documents carefully before investing. Okay, same way, read all questions carefully before attempting. If you don't read the questions carefully, okay, my dear friends, you might end up solving a different question, and that has happened a lot many times with students. Okay, so please make sure you read them correctly. Don't spend too much time on one question. Very common mistake. Like when I was appearing for gate exam, lots of my friends attempted one question for spend around 10-20 minutes on one question itself, and that was a very tough question. Even the toppers might have left that question, but they were in that ego fight to solve that question. I don't know whether they were able to solve or not, but they ended up wasting around 20 minutes on that question. That 20 minutes, when utilized properly, could have helped them score 8 to 10 questions, which is around 10 to 16 marks. Okay, so you can understand that. Mark doubtful questions for review later. Okay, so if you have attempted mock tests, you know that there is a button to mark for review, so that you can jump onto that question later on. I have used this feature a lot during the exam. It has helped me, because when I was done with the entire paper, in the remaining time, I was just going through the marks for review questions, and I was just making a decision whether I should change my answer, whether I should unmark the answer, and so on. And because of that, my accuracy was very high. In the entire gate paper, I only secured a 0.66 negative marking. Only one 2-mark question was wrong. Okay, so high accuracy is important. Attempt easy questions first to build confidence. Very great strategy. Even I have followed this during my exam. If you solve easy questions early, like 1-mark questions for that matter, if you think like that, it helps you build momentum. It's same as when a batsman goes to the pitch. First few balls they play just one single, two single, like that, and then they start hitting boundaries. Okay, once they are comfortable. Manage time to review your answers. Very important. Okay, if you're not confident about any answer, just have a good amount of time to review it once again. So time management is life management. Okay, very good quote. I can't deny this. Okay, you have to be very good at your time management. Okay, moving ahead, my dear friends. Exam attempting strategy. Okay, prioritize accuracy over speed. I would say not over speed, although you understand what I mean by that. But I would say accuracy and speed both are important. Okay, if you are very accurate and you are only solving one question in the entire paper, that's not gonna help. At the same time, if you solve all the questions, but if you gain negative marking in half of the questions, again not useful. So you have to balance speed as well as accuracy. Avoid guesswork. Remember negative marking. Okay, you have negative marking, avoid guesswork. Guesswork is fine when there is no negative marking type questions. Okay, attempt questions in sections you are strongest in first. Okay, so as you know, usually the aptitude section and the math section are separate. They have a proper section. So if you're confident in those subjects, you can decide accordingly, okay, how much time to spend. Focus on numerical questions without negative marking. Okay, so usually the numerical NAT types questions come without any negative marking. So obviously you can attempt them first, attempt them on priority. Make sure if there is no negative marking, you should at least give some answer, because there is nothing to lose, obviously, right? Okay. Keep calm if you face tough questions, move forward. As I've told you, my dear friends, it's not about solving every question. It's about solving more questions accurately. It doesn't matter if you have not been able to solve first, second, third question. It's totally fine. You might end up solving all the remaining questions correctly. So don't panic when you are not able to solve any particular question. Okay. And use rough sheets efficiently. So when you are solving questions, you are given with some rough sheets. You can discuss this at the exam center. Okay. Usually there is a restriction on how much sheets you will get. So please use them very, very efficiently. Okay, so that you don't end up consuming the entire sheet and then there is no space to write. So just keep these things in mind. Okay, so strategy is not just what you do, it's how you think. Okay, because the way you think will determine how you will act. So you need to be very, very good at it. Moving forward, what to avoid. So avoid panicking over unfamiliar questions. As I have already told you, it's totally fine if you face any new questions. It's totally fine if you face something that you don't know. Be ready for that. Don't waste time on difficult questions initially. Again, as I've told you, start solving with easy questions. They will help you build confidence and momentum. Avoid overthinking your answers. Once you have decided, once you have thought about your answer correctly, then you should have trust on your knowledge. Because if you start overthinking, then there is no limit, there is no end to overthinking. Okay, so you should have trust and belief in your preparation. Okay, don't ignore instructions from invigilators. So my dear friends, very important point, don't be a passive thinker. Once you go to the examination hall, be very open-minded. If invigilators are telling you, if invigilators are conveying you something very important, which is very relevant for the exam center, you have to be very, very open to their suggestions. Okay, because these things are very important on the day of the exam. Okay, avoid discussing questions during the exam, very obvious. Okay, so please keep that in mind. Don't carry prohibited items inside the exam hall. As I've already told you, please be very cautious about all these things so that the exam day is not very restless. Okay, eliminate distractions and focus on your mission. Just your mission is to get the maximum possible marks. Everything else is distraction. Okay, moving ahead, handling stress and anxiety. Okay, so how you will handle stress and anxiety, let's talk about that. Practice deep breathing to stay cool. Again, as I've told you, just before the exam you can practice breathing exercises, because that will give you enough oxygen, and the science has told and proved this multiple times. Deep breathing helps you reduce down stress. Keep a positive attitude throughout the exam. So again, as I told, GATE exam is not just about knowledge, it's about mindset. Please have a good positive mindset that you can crack it, you can do it, and just apply that mindset during the exam. Okay, focus on one question at a time. Again guys, no matter how much I tell you this, it depends on your attitude and lots of other factors, but try to not overthink of other questions when you are focusing on a particular question, because very obviously that once you have a mind 100% focused on one question, your mind will look for all the answers that you have to solve that question. Okay, so once you have solved a past question, leave it there itself and try to be very much focused on the current question. Remember that one tough question doesn't define your result. As I've told you this multiple times, toppers are not the ones who solve 100% of the paper. Okay, you have to understand that it's not about solving every question, it's about solving the most number of questions correctly. Okay, so it might happen that few questions are there which the exam setter just have put it so that they can check who gets stuck here and who moves ahead. Okay, so you have to have that presence of mind, my dear friends. Please have that. Okay, take short mental breaks between sections if needed. Again, it's completely your choice. If you are comfortable with taking a short break like 10-15 seconds, you can take deep breathing during the exam. Okay, completely your choice if you are comfortable with that. But yeah, the only point is that you have to have a good presence of mind and you need to have a very positive mindset. Whatever helps you make that during the exam, please do it. Trust your preparation and abilities. As I've told you, have belief in your abilities. Don't overthink your answers. If you have thought of some answer, if you have calculated something, trust it and move ahead. Okay, calmness is the cradle of power. Another very amazing quote. Post exam conduct. Wow. So we have finally reached post exam. Okay, submit all materials as instructed by the invigilator. Very obvious. Now you are stress free, so please do as directed. Avoid discussing answers immediately after the exam. The reason for this is just calm yourself down a bit. Okay, reach home. There are lots of answers that you will be getting, but just stay calm until the right time comes. Don't let one exam define your journey. Irrespective of the result, whether it is good or bad, you should have trust on yourself. Okay, please don't judge yourself in a negative manner irrespective of the result. Okay, wait patiently for the results. Again, please wait for the results. Okay, don't overthink your result too much. Okay, although there are good rank predictors and everything is there, but just have good amount of patience. Okay, reflect on your performance and lessons learned. So God forbid if your rank is not what you were looking for, so be very open. If you still want to have a good gate rank, just retrospect your journey and learn from it. Okay, but I hope that you all of you get great possible rank. Stay optimistic about the next steps. Again, whether you get what you were looking for or not, this is not the end of the world. Okay, there are still lots of great things you can achieve in life and you have to be focused on that. So one exam doesn't decide your future, you do. As simple as that, my dear friends. None of the exams in this entire world defines your future, but you have that capability to decide what you will accomplish in future. So please rely on that. Moving on, final tips for success, my dear friends. Stay consistent and disciplined till the exam day. Okay, exam day is near, so please have that mindset. Continue your journey in a seamless manner. Revise key concepts regularly. Okay, keep revising. Okay, keep revising. Revision is the key to success. Take care of your health and well-being. Again, don't keep your health aside, because as I told you, your mindset will determine how well you think on the day of the exam. Believe in your hard work and preparation. You have to have trust, otherwise it will be very difficult for you to focus during the exam day. Stay away from negativity and distractions. Again, talking about me, I was very worried about what people will say and all those things. So what I did was that I just switched off my cell phone just before the day of the exam. Okay, I put it on do not disturb mode, and only when someone when I saw a missed call of someone that who is near and dear one, and I want to talk to them, then only have picked the call. Otherwise it was either on switch off mode or either on do not disturb mode, and I didn't talk to anyone else. Okay, because if you feel panicked, if you feel stressed, pressured by talking to someone because of the performance pressure, so don't talk to anyone. Just keep calm during the exam and before the exam. Keep reminding yourself of your goals. Keep reminding yourself that you have done so much hard work and you can do it. Okay, the will to succeed is important, but what's more important is the will to prepare. Again, success is a outcome of how well you have prepared. Okay, final words from my side. Success is the result of focus, effort and perseverance, my dear friends. One exam is not going to decide your future. It's a long journey, so please stay motivated. The gate is just one step in your journey. It's not the end goal. It's not the end last step. Okay, trust the process and you'll achieve greatness. It's not just true for gate, it's for every great thing in life. Just trust the process. Okay, keep moving forward no matter the outcome. Keep moving forward. If you do great, again you have to go forward. If you don't do great, again you have to go forward. Once you keep going forward, there is no turning back. Okay, so the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Very, very famous quote. You have to believe in your dreams. You have to believe in yourself, irrespective of the results, irrespective of the outcomes. With that, my dear friends, this is what I was wanting to tell you guys, because I know that it's exam day. It's just few days before the exam and we all are so stressed. There's a lot of anxiety, but I believe that what helped me get a great rank will also help you. So yeah, this is Aditya Jain signing off. Thank you so much, guys. Wish you all the very best. Hope you all get the college of your dreams. Goodbye. Take care.